Good morning, dear students. So today we are going to start chapter 2, that is trigonometric function. Trigonometric function. So what is trigonometric function? Before I tell you about that, already we know what is function, but we are also studying a special type of function called trigonometric function. I would like to introduce to you one new point in our mathematics that is not learned before. That is measure of an angle, though we have learned in degree measure. Degree measure, you know, that is a degree measure is actually when we divide the angle subtended by the circle at the center into 360 equal parts. Yeah? When angle subtended by a circle at the center into 360 equal parts, means see, this is the radius of the circle and this angle that is formed at the center by the whole circle, actually it is divided into 360 equal parts. So that each part is called a degree. 1 degree, actually it is 1 by 360 part of the angle of the complete angle subtended by a circle at the center. That is 1 degree. That means when you divide this whole angle, which we call now 360. Now you may ask, this 360, why it was thought as 360? Means how these mathematicians decide to divide it into 360. So for that we don't have arguments, because it is just arbitrary number that is taken. Arbitrary number means, you understand, arbitrary means it is just randomly taken. Means this 360 is a very good number and it is having so many factors, it is easily divisible. It can be divided by 2, it can be divided by 3, it can be divided by 4. So many divisors it has got. So 2 180 are 360, 2 90 are mainly actually the Babylonians, those who the mathematicians of Babylons, they started they have a system called base 60 system. Base 60 system. What is that base 60 system? That base 60 means they have considered that 60 seconds will be considered as 1 minute. No, that is called base 60 system. 1 minute. 60 minutes is considered as 1 hour, like that. No, so then 60 that way. That so they have taken a system called base 60 system. So in that system, this 360 also is taken. So 360 is a arbitrary number. It is considered by the mathematicians in olden time. So 360 is a very good number to divide. Now easily can be divided into smaller parts. That's why also you see when the earth revolves around the sun, this is the sun, suppose earth revolves around the sun. In 365 days, we say that the earth revolves around the sun. One complete revolution it makes. Means it revolves around the sun in 360 days. No, one complete revolution. That is almost in nearly 360. 360 is nearly 6500. Means 360 is almost nearer to 365. So that means in one day, our earth moves 1 degree around the sun. Then 360, if we divide this whole part of the earth into 360 parts, each part, one part will be subtending an angle here at the center. That angle is 1 out of 360. That is 1 degree. So this degree system actually came that way. Actually, it is not natural thing. This 360 system means 60 as a base, taking base. Actually, it is not natural system, because you see nobody told us that you have to take 60, but mathematicians thought that 60 will be a good number. That way it was decided. So it is a just a decision taken by the mathematicians. So we will divide like this, that whenever we complete a circle, we draw a circle, the angle subtended at the center of the circle will divide into 360 equal parts, and each small portion, each small part will call as a degree, 1 degree. So 1 degree is nothing but 1 out of 360 parts of the complete angle subtended by a circle at the center. Means, so now you see there is 1 degree. That means at this place there are 360 degrees. At this place the angle subtended by the complete circle at the center is 360 degree. No, 360 degree. And 1 degree is that 1 out of 360 parts of the complete angle subtended by the circle at the center. Got the idea? That is 1 degree. But it is not a natural thing that has arisen. So we have a natural system of measuring plane angles. So now this system was going on till class 10. We are just measuring angles in this system. When we measure draw an angle, we measure it in degree. No, suppose I have drawn an angle, okay, we measure it in degree. We measure it in degree. Suppose this is an angle, it is measured in degree. So, but we have got another system which is very natural system called radian system. Let me tell you what is radian system. See, dear students, the diameter and the circumference of a circle, they are actually in a proportion, means circumference divided by diameter of a circle is a constant number, that is 22/7. A small circle you say or a big circle you say, always this ratio is a constant. No, circumference over diameter is a constant number which is denoted by a Greek letter called pi. All of us we know what is circumference. Circumference means the distance around the circle, that is circumference, and this is the diameter. The chord which passes through the center is called diameter. So their ratio is always a fixed number, that is pi or 22/7. See, this 22/7 or what you call pi, that can be related this way, that circumference is equal to pi times diameter, or this pi times diameter is actually 2 times radius. So you can say 2 pi r. This is circumference of a circle. No, all of us we know this. This is circumference of a circle. Now, what I am going to say to you, that from here, if I take the radius to the left hand side, that is circumference, C for circumference, okay, circumference by radius is equal to 2 pi. 2 pi. This circumference, when divided by the radius of the circle, what is the value that it will give us? Actually, that is considered as the measure of this angle at the center of the circle. Means angle subtended by the circle at the center is given by this measurement. This is called radian. Radian measure. Radian. So radian is a new this is new. What I am saying new? Why I am saying new? Because already we learnt degree. Degree measure, how it is considered, that the whole angle subtended by the circle at the center is divided into 360 equal parts. Each part is called a degree. Now this radian measure is found out this way. The whole this what called whole circumference, if we divide by the radius of the circle, whatever the measurement you will get, that is the measure of this angle, considered as measure of this complete angle. So that is twice pi. That is, this twice pi and the 360 degree both are equivalent, means they are equal, you can say. 360 is not a natural thing, but it is coming naturally, means circumference is there, we are dividing it by its radius, and whatever will be there all the time, it will be twice pi only. That is twice pi radian, we call it twice pi radian. So you can say radian is what? Twice pi radian is length of arc of complete circle divided by radius of the circle So what is radian? I am just saying that is length of the arc of complete circle divided by the radius is twice pi radian. Meaning now you may think why this word radian is coming here, how shall we know that radian will be written after this? See, radian is similar to in pronunciation radius. Since radius is involved in this whole formula, means length of the complete arc of the circle means circle's circumference when you divide by radius of the circle, then you get what? A quantity that is 2 pi. It is called radian. The reason is that radian because radius is involved, so you can call it radian. So radian is this measurement only. Okay. So this is the circle, and its complete length is called circumference. When its radius is r, by the radius, if we divide it into r number of parts, means we are dividing by r, means by r number of parts we are dividing. So then whatever that we will get, that this measurement, its measurement, it is called twice pi radian. Now it is twice pi radian. So this complete circle subtends here twice pi radian angle. Then 1 radian is what then? 1 radian, it is twice pi radian. That 1 radian is what? See, dear students, what is 1 radian? From here itself we can make out what is 1 radian. For that you have to think like this. What does C stand for? C stand for length of the complete circle, or you can say circumference of the circle, circumference here. Okay. And what does R stand for? Radius of the circle, radius. So when radius you take to divide circumference, you get twice pi radian. So this is radius, and we have divided the circumference of this circle. Circumference means the whole boundary length. We get what quantity? A quantity called twice pi. So if we divide the whole circle by the radius, we will get twice pi quantity, and that quantity will be called radian. Now if I have only decided to divide, see, to be 1, just you think, if this is 5 and this is 10, then the quantity after dividing what you get? 2. That means when the denominator and numerator, the numerator is double the denominator, then the ratio will give you a quantity called 2. Now if both are equal, suppose the numerator is 5 or say numerator is 15, the denominator is also 15, then what quantity will you get here? 1. Then means to be 1 radian, because whole circle by the small radius, because radius is very small. Circle means if you cut this circle here and you stretch it out, it will be very long or not? Compared to the, I am saying very long means compared to the radius of the circle, it will be longer than the radius. So whole circle, when you divide by radius, you get twice pi radian, a quantity called twice pi radian, and that twice pi radian is this one only. So measure of this angle is taken that way. Good idea. So now see, if it has to be 1, you have realized that numerator and denominator both must be same. That means if I have got a say I have got an arc, suppose this is an arc, from this A to this point B, this is an arc, and this arc's length is suppose equal to the radius of the circle. radius is r, radius is r, no, radius of the circle is r, and length of this arc also is suppose r. That means radius is r and length of this arc also is r. Then their ratio will be 1, and that will be called 1 radian. So 1 radian is defined that way. 1 radian is nothing but a ratio between an arc and the radius such that the arc length is equal to the radius length. If that means here an arc of length, you can say an arc of length r divided by radius of the circle, radius r, then that will be 1 radian. So 1 radian is what? An arc of length r divided by radius r. Means whole thing will give us 1, that will be called 1 radian. Got the idea? So 1 radian angle is measured that way. Means this is an angle here, this is an angle here, which is equal to 1 radian. It is written as 1 raised to the power of c. It will be written as 1 raised to the power of c. Actually it is read as 1 radian. Writing time we write like this. But now nurse will understand when you write radian angles in radian, without this symbol also we will be able to understand what is, whether you have written. If you have put degree, it will be clearly understood it is degree. If degree is not put, it will be considered as radian only. So 1 radian is equal to what? An arc of length r divided by radius r. That is 1 radian angle. 1 radian is written like this. An arc of length r, arc length divided by radius length, radius r. Okay, no? This is 1 radian, which is written like this, 1 raised to the power of c. Not raised to the power, it is not a power, it is just it looks like a power only, but it is not a power, it is just a symbol only. Symbol of like when you write the degree measure, no? You write one small circle, no? Above the measurement, say 30 degree, you will write like this. So 30 degree it is, but this is 1 radian. So 1 radian is formed that way. So what is radian and what is degree? Now the concept is clear, students. Okay. So dear students, from our this whole discussion, it is clear that this what we used to say as 360 degree, now that is twice pi also in radian, no? And so 360 degree is equivalent to twice pi radian, no? Twice pi radian, or you can say twice pi radian this also. So this is 360 degree equal to twice pi radian. So 1 degree is equal to then 1 degree. For 1 degree, what we have to do? To make it 1, we have to divide this 360 by 360, and we'll have to divide this also by 360. That is twice pi radian divided by a small c. Okay, this is a small c, divided by 360. Then it will give us the relationship between degree and radian. By 2, you can cancel both these numbers. You get what? 1 degree is equal to pi by 180. This is after cancellation, here will be 180. Pi by 180 radian. So 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radian. Remember this. So we have, therefore 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radian. Radian symbol is this one. Like this you can keep. Okay. This is the relationship between degree and radian. So if degree is required to convert into radian, or radian into degree, we can convert easily. And same way, 1 radian is equal to in degree also. Suppose you want to convert, you just very simple, take this 180 here, pi here, then it will be 1 radian. So it will be 180 by pi degree is equal to 1 radian. So 1 radian is equal to 1 radian in degree. 1 radian in degree will be 180 by pi. 180 by pi, okay, radian. 1 radian is equal to 180 by pi degree. So this is 1 degree in radian and this is 1 radian in degree. Okay, students? So one can be converted into the other. Got the idea? Dear students, just you think that just let's consider like this, that this part is suppose 368 part of this whole circle. That is this angle is 1 by 368 of the whole angle. It is 1 by 368 part, so it can be said as a degree. It is a degree, 1 degree angle. So 1 by 368 part is 1 degree. Now dear students, 1 degree, suppose this is 1 degree angle. Just I am supposing only this is 1 degree. If this is 1 degree and that 1 degree angle, if we divide further again into 360 equal parts, 60 equal parts, 1 degree, I am not saying 360, I am saying that 1 degree angle, suppose that 1 degree angle you are further dividing into 60 equal parts. Okay, 60 equal parts. This is 1 degree angle. That part, that 1 degree angle you divide into 60 equal parts, very, very small. You understand? This will be very, very small angle. Each part will be. So that each part will be called a minute. That means when 1 degree you divide it into 60 equal parts, divide by 60. That means when 1 degree will be divided by 60. Each part that you will get 1 out of 68 part, that is degree. 1 by 68 of a degree is called a minute. 1 minute. Now you may be thinking, what is the connection of this unit minute? Because minute in time also we are using. The minute in time times unit minute, and this minute has no connection. Okay, now then why we are using this term minute here? Why are using this minute here? Could be use another term also here. Minute is actually, you see, in science you know that minute particles, when you say minute particles, what do you mean? Minute particles meaning very small particles. So minute stand for very small. Since this, when you will divide 1 degree angle, 1 degree itself is very small angle. No, 1 degree is not so very big angle. 1 degree is very small angle. That 1 degree angle, when you divide into 60 equal parts, and each part will be again smaller. So since it will be a small value, very small value, that's why we are calling it minute. There is no connection with the unit of time, that is which minute. In olden time, this minutes, seconds, all these are used just to represent the smaller quantities. Actually, smaller quantities. Minute is a smaller quantity. So that's why we are saying like this. So now we see 1 minute is actually 1 minute is written like this. 1 minute, instead of writing in word, you can just put like this. 1 you put, you write here 1, over that you put 1 dash. Will understand? You are talking about 1 minute. Like 1 degree, you have to put 1, then over that 1 small O, means a small 0 type. No, that is 1 degree. Read as 1 degree. So 1 minute will be written like this. 1 minute, it will be written like this. So 1 minute is nothing but 1 out of 68 part of a degree. 1 out of 68 part of a degree. So that is 1 minute. It is read as 1 minute. Okay. Nice students. 1 minute is again smaller than a degree, because 1 degree is, when further divided into 60 equal parts, 1 degree is maybe this much. I'm not saying that this much it will be, just I'm giving you some idea. So this is 1 degree, and that 1 degree again you divide into very small parts like this, small parts, not so physically easy to show. Each small portion will be 1 minute. It is 1 out of 60 of a degree. So then that 1 minute, which is very small angle, that 1 minute angle which is very small, now we have understood that 1 minute is very small angle. That 1 minute angle, if we divide further again into 60 equal parts, that will be called a second, because smallest unit of time, I'm not saying smallest, again smaller than that minute, second also can be there, means smaller than minute is what? Second in time. So that's why mathematicians have thought that if 1 degree is divided into 60 equal parts, each part will be called a minute. Again, if 1 minute again further divided into 60 equal parts, each part will be called a second. So 1 second is what? Very difficult to show physically 1 second how much it is, because it is not a thing that physically can be exhibited so easily. By means of some microscopic instruments, we can show 1 second maybe how much it is. So you see, 1 second is nothing but 1/60th part of a minute. That is 1 second. That is, when 1 minute is divided into 60 equal parts, that will be called 1 second. 1 second will be written which double dash over each, like this. 1 second is equal to 1/60th of a minute. It is 1/60th of a minute. 1/60th of a minute. That is 1 second. Got the idea? That is 1 second. So now you see, students, degrees, 1 degree means 1/360 part of a complete angle. No? So that is 1 degree. Then 1 minute is what? 1/60th part of a degree. 1 degree is 1/360th part of a complete angle. And 1 minute is 1/60th part of a degree. Part of a degree. Then 1 second is equal to 1/60th of a minute. So this relation please keep in mind. So dear students, let us write the summary of this whole our discussion. See, dear students, we have learned here that angles can be measured in 2 different systems. No, angles can be measured in system 1, that is called degree measure, or it is also called sexagesimal system. Degree measure, or called sexagesimal system. Sexagesimal system. Sexagesimal system. In this system, we have got a base called 60. 60 is considered as a base. This is sexagesimal system. Another system we have learned. So in sexagesimal system, we consider actually, before I proceed to next system, that is, we consider that the complete angle subtended at the center of a circle by the whole arc of the circle is considered as 360 degree. No? This is 360 degree. So that is 360 equal parts. If we divide this whole into 360 equal parts. So each part what it will subtend, that is 1 degree. So that is 360. This is called sexagesimal system. Okay. Now 1 degree is written as just like this, which is 1 by 360th of the complete revolution. Of the complete revolution. Complete revolution. That is of a circle. Okay. So that is sexagesimal system. Another system we have learnt today, that is called radian system. Radian system is also called, that is circular measure. Circular system also we call it. Circular system. Circular system, in which we involve the radius also. That's why the name is radian. Name of this angle, means after the angle measurements we write radian, because radius is involved here. So this is also known as radian measure. Radian measure. So 1 radian is actually what? 1 radian, when we write, it is actually length of an arc, length of an arc of, that is arc of, you can say length of an arc of length r divided by radius of the circle. Radius r, that is 1 radian. 1 radian is written like this, 1 as if it is a power c, length of an arc of length r, where radius is also r, that is 1 radian. So we have also learned that twice pi radian, because a complete circle when we divide by the radius we get twice pi radian. So twice pi radian is equal to 360 degree. Twice pi radian is equal to 360 degree. Okay. Or you can say pi radian, if we divide both sides by 2, 2 pi divided by 2. When it is nothing put here, you should understand it is radian. No need of writing c every time. 360 degree, you have to mention it is degree by 2. That means you get what here? Pi radian is 180 degree. Remember this. Pi radian is 180 degree. If you divide further by 2 again, suppose you divide both sides by 2, what you will get here? Pi by 2 radian is equal to 180 by 2. So this a conversion takes place. We can go on converting. So pi by 2 radian is equal to 90 degree. So 90 degree is equivalent to pi by 2 radian. Further, suppose you divide this by, say again by 2, pi by 2 divide by 2, then it will be pi by 4. No, if it is divided by another 2, it will be pi by 4, divided by 2, so it will be 45 degree. So pi by 4 is 45 degree. Pi by 4 is 45 degree. If we divide pi by 4, pi by again by, suppose 6 we divide, pi suppose we divide by 6, the pi we divide by 6, then it will give us 180 by 6, because pi means 180 degree. 180 by 6, that is equal to 30 degrees. Means pi by 6 is equal to 30 degree. Are you understanding? So this is the angle conversion. Pi by 6 is equivalent to 30 degree. So for 30 degree, for 60 degree also, suppose pi you divide by, say pi, this time we divide, pi is equal to 180, then if we divide it by 6, what you will get? If we divide by say 3. So that we will get another angle. So pi by 3. Pi by 3 is equal to 180 by 3. That is 60 degree. So you see 60 degree is equivalent to pi by 3 in radian. So this is just angle conversion. From here only you can get the idea how to convert one angle to another form. See one form to another form. Now you see what I am going to say to you, that positive angle. I am going to say to you that positive angle. What is positive angle? If measure of an angle is made in such a way that angle is measured in anti-clockwise direction, if the reading is done in anti-clockwise direction, suppose you are holding your protector here and you are measuring this angle from this side. This is suppose inertial ray. This is inertial ray. Suppose already we have learned how this angle is formed. Now in class 9 we got this is inertial ray. It revolves in anti-clockwise direction this way about this fixed point, inertial point. Then this is suppose the final position of the ray, final position or final ray, or you can say terminal ray also. You can call it also terminal ray. Terminal means finished position. So terminal position, terminal ray. Now you see the angle that is measured, as I have given the direction which arrow mark, this angle is measured in this direction from initial. This is initial position, this is final position. So this ray is suppose revolving this way. So after some time it is here. How much angle it has traced, that measurement, if it is done in anti-clockwise direction, that is called a positive angle. This angle will be called as a positive angle, means angle AOB, suppose it is AOB, its measurement will be considered as a positive measurement. If it is not so, suppose this is the inertial ray, and it has revolved in clockwise direction this way, clockwise direction, and the measure of this angle is taken in clockwise direction only, in clockwise direction, this way it is taken. Okay, that means this is the final position here. This is final position, final ray. This is inertial ray. This time it is little different, no? This is initial position of the ray. The ray was here. The ray was here. It is revolving this way in clockwise direction, and it has taken a final position here, suppose. Then how much angle it has traced here? That angle will be considered as a negative angle. This is negative angle. This is negative angle. Negative angle. Okay. Suppose it is 30 degree, then it will be considered as minus 30 degree. So if it is 30 degree, or if it is theta, suppose theta is a positive number, then its value will be considered as minus theta. Okay, minus theta means if it is theta represents a positive number, then this whole thing, this angle will be measured as negative theta. And if it is in clockwise, anti-clockwise direction, this will be considered as positive theta only. Got the idea? So this is negative angle. Then we can say this is negative angle. So now we have understood, that means angle can be, two ways angles can be formed, positive angle and negative angle. If the inertial ray revolves in anti-clockwise direction and it takes a final position after some time, then the angle traced by the ray after some additional revolution, then angle traced by the ray is called positive angle. If the inertial ray comes into a position after some time in clockwise direction and in rests there, this is the terminal ray, suppose. Terminal means final ray. Terminal ray. Then the angle that is formed will be considered as a negative angle. This is positive angle. This is positive angle. Positive angle and negative angle are formed like this. If its measure is 60 degree, it will be considered as positive 60. If its measure is 60 degree, then it will be considered as minus 60. Now students, you try to understand. Now onwards, means if the sign is negative, then you should understand the angle is formed by the revolving ray in clockwise direction. Means when the angle is formed by this revolving ray in clockwise direction, that is negative angle. If the angle is formed by the revolving ray in anticlockwise direction, by revolving anticlockwise direction, then the angle formed is positive angle. Is it understood, students? Negative angle and positive angle. Okay. Once again, 1 degree is equal to 1 by 60th. Oh, sorry, 1 by 360th of a complete revolution. Complete revolution of a circle. Yes. Of a circle. Okay. That is 1 degree. Then 1 minute is equal to 1 by 60th of a degree. Then next, 1 second is equal to, what shall we say? 1 second is equal to 1 second, written like this, is equal to 1 by 60th of a minute. Okay. 2 pi is equal to 360 degree. Pi is equal to 180 degree. Pi by 2 is equal to 90 degree. Pi by 3 is equal to 60 degree. Pi by 4 is equal to 45 degree. Pi by 6 is equal to 30 degree, and so on. So you can convert easily the degree into radian, radian into degree. What is the relationship? Degree into radian. 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radian. 180 radian. And 1 radian is equal to 180 by pi degree. So these are the points that we have learned in this class today. So now we'll learn how to convert in our next class, how to convert degrees into radian, radian into degrees, no, and into minute, degree into second. Okay, students, in our next video. Thank you for your patience.